Hello everyone, I'm your English teacher and I hope that everything is good with you and your family. Now today from your grammar book we will discuss a topic that is preposition. Now what are preposition? I hope that in your previous classes you may have done this topic preposition and many of you may know the answer what are preposition. So, preposition is a word that shows the relation between a noun or a pronoun and some other words in a sentence. So, basically, prepositions tell us, shows the relationship of a noun or pronoun in a sentence. Now, move on to the example for more clarity. Nikki is standing against a wall. So against here is a preposition because it gives more information about a noun Nikki where she is standing. She is standing against a wall. So against here is a preposition. Next example. Man is sitting on the horse. So on here is a preposition because it gives more information about a noun that where that man is sitting. He is sitting on the horse. So let's discuss a topic that you have in your grammar book. Chapter number 12, correct use of preposition. So before I discuss this topic with you, I will ask you a few questions. Do you know what are prepositions? Can you give me name of few prepositions? Do you know where to use that preposition in a correct way? If you don't know, it's a right time to learn with me. Now move on to the topic. Just as it is important to know the correct use of adjectives, it is also important to know the correct use of preposition. In our previous video, we learned how we can use adjective in a correct manner. Now in today's video, we will learn the correct use of preposition. Let's study with me. At, in, with reference to time. So basically whenever we have to refer a time, we use preposition at or in. At is used for a point of time. When specific time is given, then you always use at preposition. In for a period of time in which something happens. So in is used for the duration of a time. Now see the example. He came at daybreak. So time, specific time is given daybreak. So you use the preposition at. At an early hour this morning, the hall was full of noise. So again this specific time is given. We used preposition at. In this year, many famous people died. So duration of time is given full year. So you use this preposition in. I was born in 1957. So the duration of time is given in which period of time you was born. It was 1957. Now next, at and in with reference to space. So now whenever we have to use at and in with a space, how we can use, let's learn. At is used for small and less important places, villages and small towns. Whenever we use at, whenever we are talking about a small place, small village and small towns. In is used for large places, countries, cities and large towns. So when we use in, whenever we are talking about a countries, big states and famous cities. Now see the example. Raymond lives at X. So that is not a small town in England. So we used at for that. Raymond lives in England. So we know that England is a country. It is a famous specific country. So we use in for a bigger space. Now move on to the third. By, with. So whenever we use by is used after verbs in the passive to express the doer of the action expressed by the verb. With is used with the instrument with which the action is done by. So by is used whoever is doing that action, and with is used with whom we did that action. Now read the example for more clarity. The dog was chased by the boy with a stick. So who is doing that action? The boy. So we use by and with what he is going to take that action, a stick. That is why we used a with. The tree was cut by the man with an axe. Now next, preposition words are on, upon. On is often used in speaking of things at rest. Upon is generally used in speaking of things in motion. So on is used when the things are at rest, and upon is used when something is in motion, when something is moving, running, walking, then we use upon. They sat on the ground. We know that the ground is a stable, it's not moving, it acts a rest position, so we use on. The dog sprang upon the toy cart. So we know that the toy cat is also moving and the dog is also moving, so we use that preposition upon. Now next, in and into. In implies a state of rest or position inside anything. Into denotes motion towards the inside of anything. So it is again quite similar to on and upon. In is used when something is at a rest position and it is inside of something. Into is used when something is in a motion and it is also inside of something. Let's read the example. The boy is in his room. We know that the room is at a rest position, it don't move, so we use in, at a rest position. The clothes are in the cupboard. We know that the cupboard is a stable, it's not going to be moved itself, so we use preposition again in. Now next one is the dog jumped into the river. We know that the river always flow, it won't be a stagnant water we have, so we use into. He fell into the well. We know that it is in a motion, it keep on changing, so we use into. Now next, in and within. In refers to the end of some future period. Within means before the end of this. So in means the end of some future period when we give you specific time, stipulated time. Within is used before the end of that given period of time. Read the example. They will return in a month's time. So when they are going to return in a month means at the end of this month they will come back. This sentence means they will return within a month. Within a month means before the end of this month they will surely come back. Now these two are different sentences and they have a quite different meaning if you understand. After, in. So what are the differences? After denotes the end of a period of time in the past, while in is used to denote at the end of a period of time in a future. So after is used for a past when something end in the past, and in is used, previously we learned that some action that ends in a future. So now read this example. Lily came after a week. Past, so it means in a past she came after a week. Lily will come in a week's time, so in a future she is coming within a week. Now next one is since and for. Since is used to denote a point of time in the past. For is used to denote a period of time in the present, past or future. So since is used whenever you have a specific time in the past. We are talking about a specific time in the past, you always use since. And for is used for a duration of time. It may be in a future, present or past tense. Now read the example. Sue has been sleeping since 6 o'clock. She has been sleeping from the past 6 o'clock. Sue has been sleeping for the past few hours. So we have used here again both in the past tenses. No, Sue has been sleeping since 4 hours is incorrect because the specific time is not given. Now move on to next one. Since and from. Since is used to denote a point of time and comes after a verb in a perfect tense. From may be used with any form of tense. Since can be used only in reference to past time. From can be used for present and future time. Now, they have not met since last week. Father has been away since last Sunday. She began going to school from the age of 4. She will become a teacher from today. So these two sentences are used for the past tense. So we used since. In this they are talking about a present tense. So we use this from. Before or for. Before is used in negative and affirmative sentences like to denote a point of future time. For is used with negative sentences to denote in period of future time. So both are used in a different way. Before can be used with negative or in affirmative, but for is always used with a negative sentence. He shall be here before 6 o'clock. It means before that 6 o'clock she will be there. She shall not be here before 6 o'clock. Both in a negative and positive way you can use this before. He shall not be there for 2 hours. That is for a complete negative situation you used for. Now next difference is between. Among. Between is used in speaking of two person or thing. Among refers to more than two persons or thing. Whenever you are talking about two persons or two things, then you always use between. But if you are talking about more than two, that you always use preposition among with them. See the example. They shared the apple between the two of them. So it means that two people are. The example is about two people. Then we use between. He distributed sweets among all his friends. So all his friends may be more than two. So we have used among for that one. Next one is beside and besides. Beside means by the side. Besides mean in addition. Beside means when someone is sitting beside to you. Besides mean in add-on, when you have something extra, that is additional. See the example. The girl sat beside her mother. It means she is sitting right close to her mother. Next, besides being fined, she was imprisoned. He not only have to pay fine, but also he is imprisoned. In addition, something he has to do, that is also besides. Now, next, there are a few words that have a fixed preposition with them. What these words are, let's learn with me. They always follow this preposition with them. Note carefully the use of preposition in the following sentences. Ronnie agreed with me on that point. Most of the time, agreed always follow that preposition. Lara did not agree to my proposal. Here is the difference. Whenever you are talking about a person, you always use with. Whenever you have to agree with the idea or a proposal, you always use to. They acted upon my advice. He is addicted to tea. I was ashamed of his conduct. We should not be afraid of death. Mika is very fond of reading novels. Grandmother is very kind to us. I prefer riding to walk. So it means with prefer you always use to, with kind you always use to preposition, with verb font you always use preposition of. You must be careful about your health. Everyone must take care of their health. Father was angry with me for my bad temper. He died of fever. He must never be proud of wealth. My friend was displeased with me. So these are again here the prepositions followed by the different noun, pronoun or verb. Careful we always use about. Care with always use of. Angry with. Died of. Proud of. Displeased with. Now next sentence, move on. The boy was born of rich parents. They take delight in playing cricket. He was astonished at her behavior. We all wondered at his quick departure. They were alarmed at this news. A dog is always faithful to his master. So faithful we always follow to. Alarmed at, wondered at. My maid is ill with fever. She lives opposite to the school. My pen is different from his. He asked to be excused for his mistakes. The jar is full of sweets. The bottle is filled with colored water. They were invited to dinner. We must pray to God for our well-being. Never quarrel over silly things. She has quarreled with her friends. Whenever you are talking about things, you always use quarrel over. Whenever it is related to a person, you always use with. She is tired of being a failure. She was satisfied with her gift. They were fond of anger, of traveling at night. Now next. We are ignorant of the facts about the accident. The accused was charged with theft. We must have pity for the poor. So with pity you always use for. With charged you always used with. He should be prevented from riding the bicycle. The brave dog was rewarded with a bone. So rewarded always follow preposition with. Prevented always from. Now next. The doctor was anxious about his patient's health. The boys laughed at his foolishness. Who rules over the world? It is a pleasure to deal with good people. At last, fortune smiled on him. You can work hard if you are free from cares. We arrived in Nepal at noon. They arrived at the airport just in time. I want to be introduced to the new girl in class. She did not reply to my question, so they always follow to, introduce to, arrived always at, because you are talking about a small place. If you are talking about a country, you used in preposition. She did not reply to my question. Harry lives close to the school. She had never revenge on her enemies. The child didn't want to be parted with its mother. Now next. They all were surprised at her success. She departed from her friends at the main gate. The hungry were supplied with food. The soldiers fight against the enemies. We complain to the teacher. So these are the 50 examples given to you, but there are lots many other fixed prepositions are there in grammar. So just have a revision. As much as you revise, you will learn more. So in today's online class, your teacher will discuss the exercises related to this preposition. I hope you understood. Till the time, stay safe, stay at home. Thank you.